that the warrant rise to the level that ipadala mo na lang siya doon, dapat sa court muna. But you were satisfied at least in form. Again, I don't want to put words form and substance, but you know what I mean. Tinignan mo, and then okay na ano to.
Yes, I gave the clearance. I gave the clearance to serve the warrant.
Okay. So, again, I just want to make a point at that point in time that for me, kung tinanggap nung accused, nung arrestuhin, okay lang. Pero kung hindi, sana may judicial review available. No, I already made the point of...
Sir, it was received at the first available instance that the accused allowed himself to read it.
Yes. That's where I disagree nga kasi something this complex, di ba? I would have rather, I don't know if it's 15 days, 30 days, give the lawyer enough time, etc. to go there. Tapos, lastly na lang siguro po, kasi may mata sa gilid si Senator Amy, I think natatagalan na rin dun sa 10 minutes ko. Okay. So, si SOJ naman explained the thin line between cooperation, jurisdiction, and everything. Okay? But meron representative ang government, di ba? Kasi, so, we turned over the arrested former President Duterte, not to the Interpol, no? We turned them over to ICC.
Our Interpol representative turned him over to the ICC.
Oh, so if we were cooperating with Interpol, why didn't we turn them over to Interpol? And then sila na.
We did, sir. Mr. Lacanilao was the representative of the Interpol. He accompanied the president to former president to The Hague.
But hindi ba dual? Kasi di ba Mr. Lacanilao is Ambassador Marcus Lacanilao?
Yes, sir. And he's also part of the PCTC.
Yeah, but he's the special envoy for transnational crime.
Yes, sir. And
so he's representing the Philippine government, not Interpol.
Sir, Center for Transnational Crime is Interpol, sir.
Yeah, but what I meant is that he's representing the Philippine participation in Interpol.
He was given an appointment by the President to represent the Philippines in this matter.
Yes. Ang understanding ko lang SILG, di ba? So yung ICC, sinabi, kasi nga, wala naman sa Netherlands. Kung nasa Netherlands, then they would have asked the Dutch police, di ba? But since nga, or the state police, di ba? But since wala nga, they asked, and since the state withdrew, they asked the Interpol, and Interpol asked us. Tama po ba?
Yes, sir.
So, if we were cooperating only with Interpol, dapat sinurrender natin sa Interpol.
Yes, sir. That's what we did, sir.
No, Mr. Lacanilao,
he was appointed,
turned him over directly to the ICC, not to the Interpol.
Yes, sir. Mr. Lacanilao was given a special appointment by the President on that day, sir, on March 11, to represent the Philippines in the Interpol.
Yes, but the representative ng Interpol.
He was the representative, sir.
So dual siya, representative ng Philippines at ng International Interpol.
No, sir. If the structure of the Interpol is that the PCTC, the members of the PCTC, or as instructed by the President, becomes the representative of the Interpol. The Interpol, sir, does not mean that this international police will effect the arrest. The local members of the PCTC acts as the
their agent.
Yes, sir.
So when it says here, representing the state authorities for the purpose of surrender, Mr. Marcus Lacanilao, in this capacity, was representing the Interpol.
Yes, sir.
Not the Office of the President or the Philippine government.
No, sir.
I'll clarify that kasi usually pag special envoy, you're representing the government.
He was properly documented and appointed, sir.
Sige. Dati Lacanilao lang, ngayon medyo mas malinaw. No. Factual legal arrest. Yes, okay. So, factual lang. Agree to disagree on the other issues. Thank you very much, Madam Chair. Thank you to... Yeah.
Okay. At this juncture and due to the lateness of the hour, I'd like to get rid of some housekeeping. Matapos lang, gusto ko lang ipakita yung arig na orig nating defender ng ICC dito sa Senado. Balikan lang natin ang dating Senadora Miriam Defensor Santiago po.
As a benchmark in the progressive development of international human rights, the court represents a triumph of international criminal justice by establishing individual criminal liability for those responsible for serious violations of the Rome Statute. The salient features of the Rome Statute are as follows. Bullet, principle of complementarity, spelled P-L-E, not P-L-I, complementarity. The court will act only as a court of last resort. It acts only in exceptional cases where a court has failed to bring justice because that court is unwilling or unable to investigate and prosecute those who have the highest responsibility for the most serious crimes of concern to the international community. Kaya nakikita mo na dito na kung merong ginawang kasalanan dito sa nakalista na mga jurisdiction ng ICC, ang magbibista niyan ay ang korte doon sa bayan na yon, hindi ang International Criminal Court in The Hague. International Criminal Court, as I said, is a court of last resort. Pag hindi mo mabigyan ng katarungan ang akusado, ayaw mo o kaya hindi mo kaya, ay saka pa lang yan pupunta sa ICC.
Okay, so narinig natin at ito yung diskurso at paliwanag pagkatapos ng ratifikasyon ng ICC dito sa Senado noong 2011. Maliwanag na Court of Last Resort ang ICC at pupunta lang tayo dyan kapag ayaw o hindi kaya ng ating korte dito sa Pilipinas. Ngayon, nangangamba ako pagkat ang SOJ natin sinabi that the families or the victims of the so-called EJK were compelled to sue abroad inasmuch as there was a failure of our justice system. Hindi na gumagana ang ating mga korte. Sa mabilis lang na pananalita, baka naman isa sa inyo ang pwedeng magpaliwanag dito sa kapalpakan or kawalang kakayahan ng ating korte na umandar. Kasi yun ang sinabi. Pero ang sabi naman ni Senator Santiago, the rule of complementarity, I think the DFA is more than familiar with that. Kabisado natin yan. Lahat ng treaty, complementarity ang sabi eh. Kapag hindi na kinaya o ayaw ng mga korte sa Pilipinas, doon lang tayo hahantong sa ICC. Tama po ba yun?
Mama, pwede ho kung... Ang ano kasi nito, yung mga nagpunta sa ICC ay sinubukan nila makakuha ng hustisya sa Pilipinas. Ngunit nabigo sila.
Pero sinabi ni Senator Cayetano kanina, ni walang naghain ng kaso dito.
Yung nga,
ni isa.
Ang problema nga ho rito kasi, yung mga nangyari lalo na sa Mindanao, wala ho talagang paggalaw ang mga piskal ng panahon na yun. Hindi talaga gumagalaw ang kaso. Kasi...
Ang sinasabi niyo may pumila?
Meron mga nagreklamo, nagdangkang magreklamo, ngunit wala pong nangyari.
Pero
Yun po yun ang kaya sila nagpunta sa ICC.
Hihingi kami ng...
Hindi ko sila kilala, ma'am, pero yun nga yung mga nakausap ko na nung ilang mga araw nakaraan, yun sinasabi nila sa amin.
Maraming salamat, pero kung maaari, bigyan kami ng kopya ng DOJ kasi wala kaming kaalaman na ni isang kaso ay nahain sa anumang korte ng Pilipinas. Kung meron kayo...
Gilapin po namin, maghahanap po kami.
Okay. Pero, parang inaamin ngayon ng ating kabinete, lahat ng mga kinatawan na narito, na yung ating judiciary system, ang ating mga korte, hindi na gumagana.
Gumagana ang ating judiciary system.
Pero narinig natin ang dakilang senadora na nakalipas na huling hantungan lang ang ICC. Dapat hindi pupunta doon kung hindi talagang palpak na, talagang surrender na talaga.
Nga ho ito ilang taon na nga ho silang nagpunta sa ICC. Hindi lang naman ngayon po yan eh. Sila po yung nagpunta sa ICC noong 2016, 2017. Hindi pa ho, panahon pa ho ni Pangulong Duterte. Nakademanda na ho, nagdedemanda na po sila. Yun ho, dapat maging maliwanag dito.
Sige,
hindi po sila nagpunta ron nung 3 years ago lang. Nagpunta po sila ron 8 or 9 years ago, nandun na po sila. Kasi marami ho rito, yung mga nangyari po sa Davao, nung mayor pa ho si President Duterte.
So sana maibigay sa amin ang listahan ng mga kasong hinain nito sa Pilipinas na hindi naman umusad, na talagang walang pag-asang magtagumpay. Isa yon. Ikalawa, nakailang beses na sinasabi ng ating Pangulo paulit-ulit na umaandar ang mga